you don't have anything on the back. Okay. It gives you somewhere to, you know, drop the clay. Okay, on the last one, I just made a flat pancake and then brought the two sides up.
Right.
You know, I just, by shoving it under, it forced that rim up. On this one, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm not going to go as low. And I was talking about how sometimes it wants to hump. You know, we have a tendency to want to do that.
Okay.
Okay? So you have to go back and press where it's high. Okay, so, and if we get too low out here, you just shove that back up. Okay, so, this is the first one that I did. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to do it like a bowl, where I'm going to open this up, and either you can pull your thumbs together, or I'm pulling it right towards myself.
Wow.
But it gets this little ridge. So I just press that back down. And before I get too far, let's check that thickness. It's about right.
Has to be what, half an inch?
About half an inch.
Okay.
Yeah, about half an inch. Did you get
Got
it?
Yeah.
About a half an inch.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So the last one, we made it the thickness we wanted to start out and end up with. And this one, now, I'm either doing it with my thumbs, and sometimes it's too hard to get your thumbs that far out. And sometimes people's thumbs don't work in concert. So
Yes.
what they want to do is do
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at that is on there. This is helping it. And when you open it up, it's not going to be perfect. You know, your fingers kind of go up and down. That's just what happens. I'm just pressing that down. See how it's sort of ridgy?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a little bit ridgy. Because, you know. So now I'm going to take my plate rib. I'm going to lay it down here. And I'm going to flatten that out. It's okay. It happens. I've only done that like, I don't know, 14 times. Okay, so I'm going to flatten that out. That's what this big, long, flat thing is for. If it's a small plate, use this side.
Oh, I see.
Okay? You want to get it flat before, or fairly flat, before you pull up your rim. Okay, I'm going to recenter that. Now I'm going to pull up my rim. And this is pretty thick, isn't it? I'm going to get a big foot out of this. So let's take a look. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty thick. Do I want it that thick? If I don't want it that thick, I can just press it and bring more of that clay to the outside. A lot of times you have to get your sponge wet many times because you're going a long way. Think if you were throwing something that tall. Okay, now, just like a bowl, I'm going to stick my finger under there, and I'm going to pull this wall up. I'm going to get up to here. I'm going to reset that rim. Okay, I'm making a dog dish. On the last one, I made it that flat, and then I just shoved in underneath. I think you can make much bigger plates doing this method. You don't want this to be too thin, because just like a bowl, you're going to lay it down. Okay? And that's one of the reasons I'm recentering this. And I'm just making sure that I don't dig in and gouge this. I want this to be flat. Okay, so I'm going to undercut this before I lay down the rim, because how am I going to get to it later?
Yeah.
I'm going to clean some of that up out of there. I just don't like it. You know, I'm not a neat freak in any way. Now you have two choices. You can either use the round side of your plate rib
Right.
and get a rounded scoot, or you can use the straight side. It's up to you. In this case, I think I'm going to use the flat one. Except for my rib has a little thing in it, so I'm going to find another rib. Or maybe I'll just do this. My ribs get really worn out. I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it. I like a little gutter on my plate, so it keeps, just move this. I like that little gutter. I'm going to refine this because it seems a little humpy right through there, didn't it? Right in here, it was a little humpy.
Oh, it's hard to see, but
Yeah, it might be hard. The last thing I'm going to do, and I don't like that, I'll fix that. So I'm going to put nice rim on this. Yeah, I'll take it. Why not? Yeah, I understand. I'll do it.
If somebody else needed it.
It has to go such a long way, it dries it out. So I just have to be patient, you know what I mean? And keep adding. Just runs out of slip.
yeah, and then does it start to pick up?
It doesn't pick it off, it just drags. This is what I did on that one plate where I carved it and then I put Winnicott all over it. Which one? Well, the popcorn, yeah, I'm trying to. Look at how much slip I'm putting on
Yeah,
this.
you are. You're putting a lot of slip.
I don't want to have a thin spot, and I don't want to have to come back and do it later, you know?
That is nice.
Oh, look at my edge. It's bad, isn't it? See that edge? See it?
What's so bad about it? It's,
See it's sharp?
oh, okay.
I don't like that, so I'm going to come back in. Without hurting the slip. See how I just rounded it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was bugging me. Look at! Plate